We're going to consider two algebraic expressions and determine if they're equivalent. We will complete a table by evaluating each expression for x equals -1, x equals 10, and x equals 0. And then we'll determine whether the expressions are equivalent, answering yes or no. And the expressions that we're looking at are x times the quantity x minus 3 and x squared minus 3x. Now let's just draw a little table here. We're interested in x times x minus 3, that was the first expression, and the second expression was x squared minus 3x. And we're going to evaluate these when x is -1, when x equals 10, and when x is 0. Now, let's look at x equals -1. When I have x times x minus 3, I would have -1 times -1 minus 3, which is -1 times -4, or 4. So we'd write 4 in the table here. When x is -1, I can evaluate x squared minus 3x as -1 squared minus 3 times -1, which is 1 plus 3, or 4. So the values of the two expressions are the same when x is -1. Now how about when x is 10? Let's go up here. When x is 10, the first expression is 10 times 10 minus 3, which is 10 times 7, or 70. So we can write that in the table here. What about x squared minus 3x when x is 10? It's 10 squared minus 3 times 10, which is 100 minus 30, or 70. So again, the expressions are the same when x is 10. And when x is 0, the first expression is 0 times 0 minus 3. 0 times anything is 0. So we get 0 here. And the second expression is 0 squared minus 3 times 0, which is 0 minus 0, or 0. So we'll fill in the final slot in the table. And we see that the two expressions are the same for the three values of x that we tested. And in fact, for any value of x that we would choose, we would find that they have the same value. So we can say that these two expressions are equivalent, and we'll write the answer then as yes.